Well, this bridge there that you could walk over the bridge. You didn't have to walk through the muck, or did you have to walk through
You
the
had to
muck
walk.
too?
No, you had to walk through the bridge to come to town, come to store here. You had to walk through that bridge because it was down below there. You see, we were, in other words, we were separated from the Americans altogether. But when we came up here, we were still separated. But we could go to town from. It was down below this street. You see, there was First Street. It still goes by the same name.
Well, I just really wonder how the people felt about that, because to me it doesn't seem very American to have the different groups of people separated.
Well, it doesn't seem that way to you, yeah. But the Scandinavians were among Americans. You know, Swedes and Norwegians and so on. They were up that way. But there were many of them. They were married. You see, they brought their wives from the old country, and those that they didn't, they got married here. There were more people to learn quicker and to, I don't know, the language is similar to, or is the language similar to the English language or not, but they do have some English words and in their language, and that way it seems to me that they learn quicker than other nationalities.
Well, do you think that many?
You see, Sandberg's father or grandfather was Scandinavian.
Yeah. Did the Italians and Greeks did some of them mind that? I mean, did they just accept it, or did they feel that was fair?
Well, they didn't feel that way, but they didn't mind it because they couldn't. They knew that they didn't have the ability to mix. You see, because they didn't understand the language, and that way they talked their own language, and then they got along all right. The only thing was if they had some trouble, you know, that was serious. Well, they had, like the fellow that died. I told you about that, didn't I?
Where you went to see Laird?
Yeah, like the fellow that died he got killed in the fire there. Well, I couldn't understand Laird, and of course he had to send Spokane and get somebody that understood, and he had to go through the court to. Not through the court, but he had to go through the court. He had the power of attorney, you see, from his sister back there too.
Mm-hmm.
And in that case, I couldn't
do anything
because I didn't understand enough English, and I still don't understand. But
oh, you got no trouble understanding what I say.
No, but in cases like that, you don't. You have to hire a lawyer.
Yeah, that's true. You got to do that anyway nowadays, no matter how much English. The one thing about the swamp, I was wondering, did that breed mosquitoes? Was it a pretty bad place that way?
Oh yeah, it was. That brought mosquitoes, but they didn't care then. Who cared about the Greeks? Let them be out there. In summertime, yeah, they brought mosquitoes.
How much swamp was it right around the
Oh, not
the
very
camps?
much. Just strip, you know. And they had to build a bridge in order to cross.
Mm-hmm.
Temporary bridge, it wasn't very strong either. But we managed to cross there. Cross from there to the depot, or the depot it is now. And we come up the store.
Well,
Store and post office.
now, you said didn't make much money, but things were cheaper. Well, how much? How much money did was?
$2. $2 a day. 10 hours. $10, 10 cents an hour. Isn't it?
$2? No, 20 cents. 10 hours.
10
20
hours, yeah.
cents an hour for 10 hours for $2. So
Some get a little more too. But the common labor, I work for $2 an hour.
so
But
what?
I work for less in railroads. So this was a fair wage for that time.
What did it cost to live on when you get done with the expenses of the rent and the food? Do you have anything left?
I don't know. It didn't have very much, no. But it cost about $30 a month. No, depending on the cook. If he was getting good meat, why it cost that. But if you get cheap meat, maybe $15. In one place in Ephrata, there, this side, the Ephrata, we were working in railroad, and we used to get a lot of rabbits, jackrabbits, and sometimes we eat them small ones, and they were good meat. And we got along for about $7-8 a month, because we get a lot of meat from them. Cottontail rabbits, you know, they were good.
Shoot them, or how'd you get them? Trap them or shoot them?
No, shoot them. We had a section foreman, boss, you know. He was American. And he had a .22 rifle, and he liked to shoot them. So we were going on the railroad on track without speed car, not speed car, they had the hand car them days. Did you see them?
Yeah.
And he used to stop there. When you see one of them, he used to stop and shoot him, and I go get him. He was a pretty good shot too. Never miss. Yeah, it was quite an experience.
Well, in the mill, did you ever see any bad accidents?
Hmm?
Did you ever see any bad accidents in the mill?
Yes, not in the middle, no. On railroad I did.
On the railroad? What did you see there?
I saw the train engine of a passenger train got in the mud, and all you could see was the chimney. And the fireman and the engineer was caught between the tanker and the engine, and the fireman apparently tried to jump, and he was caught under the rail, and he was caught in the back, you know, split in the back, and they covered him. but I did seen them because the fireman, the engineer, you can see nothing but the head. He was the tanker and the engine was connected together, and he was trying to stop the train on the engine, and I don't know how it happened, but they thought that the switch was open, either open or half open, and hit the rails and went over. And when they went over, the engine went down. He was going pretty good speed too, probably 60, 70 miles an hour or more.
The engine went in the mud?
No mud. It was
Oh.
it was dirt. Like well, it was a flat country. It was the other side of Yakima.
So
Shelah, they call it.
Silla? Engineer was killed too.
The engineer and the fireman. And the baggage man broke his arm and leg. Another baggage man, I guess he was hurt. But the conductor, no other man was, no other accident was happening in the train except for those 4 fellas. 2 got killed and 2 were hurt. I saw here in the mill many accidents, but they were minor, cutting fingers and so on the saw.